It's time to live your stronger life. Hey, I'm Sammy, physio coach and nutritionist, and your hype girl for creating your stronger life. Here, we ditch the quick fixes and build real strength inside and out. So whether you're here to tone up, drop the body fat, build muscle, mental resilience, or ditch the diet culture, or just feel bloody good in your skin, you're in the right place. So let's get into it. Hey fam, hope you've all had an amazing day. In this podcast episode, we are going to be talking about beating afternoon carb and sugar cravings without restriction, without feeling cranky at yourself, and still enjoying some of those sweet treats as well. So, 3 o'clock comes around, 3:30 comes along, you're reaching for the bickies, the chocolate, bag of chippies, the lollies every single afternoon, and you think, God dang, I'm such a snack monster, like I can't stick to my diet, dang, I suck, all this stuff. Like you say all these negative things about yourself. But you know what? It's not weakness, it's not your willpower or anything like that. Do you know what it is? It is what you have been doing all day long that leads to these overindulgences, these binges, these cravings. Your body is asking for fuel and balance. And so in this episode, I'm going to break down why these cravings happen and what you can do to help manage them, and how focusing on protein, fiber, and balanced meals, surprise, will help you feel satisfied and energized, all without cutting out your favorite foods. So let's jump straight into why do cravings happen. And there are a few reasons why cravings hit so hard. One can be blood sugar swings. If your morning breakfast meal is coffee and vibes, or just non-existent, or very high in refined carbohydrates, low in protein and fiber, same as your lunch, your blood sugar will spike and crash, and that crash is just you craving sugar, because sugar is a quick fix for energy. So that could be one reason. It's more energy, it's the blood sugar changes. You're in that it's usually a big gap between lunch and dinner, right? And so it's natural to need more food, to be hungry, and to also need a bit of an energy boost. And your body's going to crave what it needs. It needs a quick energy boost. It's going to crave sugar, because sugar is glucose. Glucose goes straight into your cells. It is exactly the type of fuel that fuels your cells, and your energy is where the energy comes from in your body. So it makes sense why you're craving sugar, but you want to give it yourself a balanced and energized snack, right? So we'll come to that in just a tick. Another reason is habit and environment. Like if you're used to grabbing a snack at a certain time, your brain is going to start signaling reward cues, even if you're not hungry. So it's also a bit habitual. Like every time you go into the tea room at work and you always grab a cookie out of the cookie jar, like you're going to just do it instinctively. So sometimes we also need to break the habits, or combine the habit with something else to help you navigate through. And then stress and fatigue. So emotional or mental fatigue can also trigger cravings for comfort food, because it releases dopamine, and 99% of y'all are not prepared to sit in the discomfort of emotional or mental fatigue. Or if you're feeling upset about something, or you're feeling stressed, 99% of y'all are just jumping to food as a emotional crutch and as comfort foods, where instead you're better off just sitting in the emotion and learning to navigate through these stresses, learning the mental resilience to navigate through the emotions, so that you don't lean into emotional eating for comfort. Let's lean into something more healthier and learn to just navigate. It is okay to feel like shit. It's okay to feel sad. It is okay to not have an amazing day. These things do happen. And so learning to navigate and just like sit in the shit is a skill, and it's not easy to do, but it is very beneficial. And if you want to break away from like always snacking and like in a negative space, like if you're binge eating or comfort food, emotional eating, like you need to learn to put the food away and sit in that emotional discomfort. And perhaps working with a psychologist to help work through that would be another really fabulous option for you as well. Like highly recommend working with a psychologist. Best thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. Like I'm so proud of my mental resilience because of one, being a yogi, and also two, working with a psychologist for a very long period of time. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about how to manage cravings, because I want to keep this podcast simple and actionable and easy to digest. So the secret isn't willpower, it's planning and balance. It's not snacking that's the issue. It's just that you're not planning it out properly. So protein at every meal, 30 to 35 grams of protein every single meal, 4 times a day. Protein keeps you fuller for longer. It reduces blood sugar spikes and dips in that in the cravings. When you eat adequate protein, you will notice your cravings will improve like so much. So we want a high protein brekkie. We're not skipping breakfast anymore, ladies. We want a high protein lunch that isn't just a can of tuna and a bag of salad. If you're going to have a can of tuna, have at least 2 cans of tuna. If you're going to have an egg, have 2 eggs and 2 egg whites, or add some cottage cheese. Like it's just not having a protein bar for lunch, like, have a proper meal that is high in protein and high in fiber. Veggies, fruits, whole grains, legumes. Let's stop skipping the carbs. Let's start eating foods that are actually going to make you feel good, feel fuller for longer, and actually energized. So protein and fiber, make it your best friend. And then we want balanced meals. So each meal we want to see protein, carbs, fiber, healthy fats, and also produce, like that kind of combination of things. Think like if you're going to have a chicken salad, let's have a chicken salad with quinoa and avocado. Or if you're going to just have like eggs on toast, how about we have some eggs on toast with like some spinach and tomato and some cottage cheese and maybe some avocado on top or some cheese on top. Or if you're going to just have a yogurt, why not have a yogurt with some fruit? And then maybe if you want a granola bar, maybe have a granola bar with it, or have some nuts on top, or mix in some peanut butter, like add healthy fats. Or maybe you're going to stir in some chia seeds, let it sit for a minute so it gels up, and then top it with some fruit and some chocolate. Like, yum. So we want protein, fiber, healthy fats, produce, carbohydrates, all those things combined together. And yes, you will get some things, like if you have eggs, you're going to get protein and dietary fats from that. If you have quinoa, you're going to get carbohydrates and fiber from that. So yes, you are going to get a bit of both in the macros, but I want you to think of balanced meals, balanced snacks, planned snacks. So even the fun stuff, like you can still like have a chocolate, have a cookie, like don't demonize foods. You can absolutely enjoy a chocolate bar or a cookie, but the key is balance. Make it fit within your plan. So AKA track your macros, stop eyeballing your food, but also like if you want to have a you know that you're going to want to have 2 Oreos in the afternoon with your cup of tea, have 2 Oreos and a high protein yogurt and a piece of fruit. And now you're going to feel satiated. You're not going to go eat the whole entire sleeve of Oreos. You're going to be more satisfied with just 2. I mean, it does require some discipline not to eat the whole sleeve. I get it. But you're less likely to be triggered to do it because you're feeling more satiated, because you're having more balanced meals and actually fueling your body properly. And then the other thing is, don't forget about hydration. Guys, we want to be having like 2 to 3 liters of water every single day. Make sure that you are having water consistently throughout the day. And then another thing is sometimes it's just like boredom. So jump up, go for a walk around, like go distract yourself, move your bod for a minute, and then go and have your snack. And like also plan your snacks out. Like I generally tell my ladies to separate their daily calories into 4: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and call snacks just meal 4. And you can separate that into as many little snacks as you want, but just allocate the calories for it like that. So here's an example of like what you could do. For example, is breakfast, you're going to have overnight oats or overnight wheat bix with protein powder mixed in, chia seeds for extra fiber. Maybe you're going to top it with some berries on top, and then you can put some peanut butter or almond butter or a piece of chocolate or chocolate chips or whatever on top. That's your high protein, high fiber brekkie to get started with. And then if you want a mid-morning snack, go for a piece of fruit, high protein yogurt, something like that, whatever floats your boat. Lunch, you're going to have a like solid high protein lunch with, either is it grilled chicken, is it going to be some cans of tuna, cans of salmon, maybe you've pre-made some beef mince, and you're going to have like, what about, everyone loves that, beef mince, extra lean beef mince, roasted sweet potato, cottage cheese. There's 2 high proteins with your mince and cottage cheese. Then use roasted sweet potato. It's going to give you some fiber and carbohydrates. And then you're going to add a big mixed bag of veggies and salad in there, and then some avocado on top. And what is it, like hot honey or something? That is a banger meal. You've got protein, you've got dietary fats, you've got like healthy fats, you've got carbohydrates, and you've got fiber, and it's bloody delicious, and it's going to keep you really satiated for ages. And then when you're getting a little snacky, have some water, go for a little walk, help with your digestion, come back and have your snack. And then that's where maybe you're having like a cup of tea with some cookies, and then you're going to combine it with some protein. Maybe you're going to make a little protein dip and you want some dippers and crackers and cheese or something. Or if you're going to have a high protein yogurt with some berries with your cookie. Or maybe even it's like, I'm going to have a protein shake and then I'm going to have the chocolate bar. Like there's no hard and fast rule, but there's like some examples of what you can do for your snack, and then go home and eat a proper dinner as well. So notice how we are always combining protein, fiber, healthy fats, carbs, produce, all of those things together. Even if you're like, but I'm a savory girl, I want my chippies. I'm like, okay, go have chips or popcorn. Popcorn's better. It's going to keep you fuller because it's more fiber. But like, okay, have your chippies, but then why don't you like make a cottage cheese and salsa dip and have veggie sticks, chippies, and that salsa dip all together. And now you're going to feel more satiated because you have like a little mini meal and you still get your little packet of chippies. That would totally work as well. So in conclusion, afternoon cravings are normal. It is okay, but let's reflect on why it's happening and what are the cues for you. The goal isn't to eliminate them completely, but to manage them with strategy, not restriction, and don't be so hard on yourself. You're only a snack monster because you're not fueling your body right. And if you're not fueling your body right, your body's going to be screaming at you. And that's why you can't get out of the kitchen cupboard or the little cupboard at work in the office, you know, where all the cookies and the snacks are. I know that as a child, I loved raiding that little crackers and cheese and cookie cupboard at my mom and dad's work when I was a little kid. So I know it's there. I know it's there, ladies. But anyway, so focus on protein, fiber, balanced meals. You've heard me say it about 100 times in this podcast, and plan your snacks. Include the fun stuff. If you like to have a dessert every night, you better believe you're tracking that in your MyFitnessPal. When you're pre-planning your day out, pop that dessert in straight away so you know that you've allocated calories for it and you can enjoy all of that stuff, and you will feel more in control and you'll feel energized and satisfied at the same time. So hopefully that is helpful for you, ladies. Now, if you go back to my Instagram and if you message me high protein snacks, I will send you a PDF on a stack of different easy high protein snacks. So you don't even have to think about it. I've got sweet, I've got savory in this PDF for you. So message me on Instagram, high protein snacks. My Instagram will be in the show notes, but it's Sammy_livestrong, Sammy with an I_livestrong, and message me high protein snacks and I will send you a guide. Anyways, thanks for listening and I shall catch you all in the next one. Thanks so much for listening. If you found this episode valuable, please rate, review and subscribe. And I'd love if you shared this on your Instagram and tag me Sammy_livestrong. And if you'd like to learn more about my coaching and join the Project Livestrong family, please message me Livestrong on Instagram and I'll see how I can help. I'll see you next time.